Washi Lawrence McElroy here for Water Tiger School of Tai Chi Chuan. As you can tell, we have a little bit different setup than usual. This time out with our video, we're in the Qigong side of the ledger. I will tell you, you may want to hit pause to go get yourself a chair, something like this, ideally with no arms. There's a little bit of instruction as we get closer to what we're going to do that sort of explains that in a nutshell. But anyway, you'll want a chair for today's video. So unpause me. Next thing is the shirt. I have never worn this shirt in this series since we started back in 2020. But it's kind of appropriate for today. You'll notice as we get through things how this is kind of a theme. When we tug on one single thing in nature, we find it attached to everything else. John Muir. John Muir is a good guy and a not so good guy. He's considered the father of national parks in the United States. He was a co-founder of the Sierra Club. However, in his younger days, he was also known for his racist writings. And the Sierra Club in 2020 decided that they needed to let people know that that was the case for one of their original founders. And that fact was kind of all over the press. Now, Mr. Muir did distance himself from those opinions as he got older. But anyway, because of the publicity at the time, we put this shirt in a drawer, and there it stayed. But kind of decided it's time, plus it's very, again, it's very thematic for what we're doing today. Today's video will focus on an image-guided meditation, hence the chair. It's the second one that we've done. Our first image-guided meditation was flowing relaxation, and we did a cutting of that back in 2020, September 13th of 2020, during the Facebook Live series. It was Water Tiger for Sachem at that point in the year in the series. This is our second image-guided meditation. And by the way, we might be going back to and rebooting the flowing relaxation in a fresh video, so we would record it for you in its entirety instead of just a cutting. This will be the entire Oneness, our second guided meditation. Oneness is based on, okay, I'm going to pause here for a moment and say, if you've been following us, you know my Chinese is terrible. However, very admittedly, my Chinese, I think, could be considered better than my Yiddish. And this Oneness meditation is based on the Jewish Echud meditation. Echud means oneness or unity. And for that idea, that sense, that feeling that everything's connected, and way of introduction before we get into sort of the image-guided meditation details, there's going to be a lot of reading in today's video. And the first will be this introduction. It's by an unknown author, but I found it on the album jacket for Paul Winter's Earth, Voices of a Planet, which was a musical CD in 1990. If the Earth were only a few feet in diameter, floating a few feet above a field somewhere, people would come from everywhere to marvel at it. People would walk around it, marveling at its big pools of water and its small pools of water and the water passing between these pools. People would marvel at the bumps on it and the holes in it. They would marvel at the very thin layer of gas surrounding it and the moisture, the water in that gas. The people would marvel at all the creatures walking around on the surface of the ball and the creatures in the water. The people would declare it precious because it was the only one, and they would protect it so that it would not be hurt. The ball would be the greatest wonder known, and people would come to behold it, to be healed, to gain knowledge, to know beauty, and to wonder how it could be. People would love it and defend it with their lives because they would know that somehow their own lives, their own roundness, could be nothing without it. if the Earth was only a few feet in diameter. So, about the meditation. Unlike other image-guided meditations, our oneness meditation offers you the opportunity to work on uncovering a deeper feeling of the spoken images on your own. In other words, there'll be long pauses between the spoken words. These pauses will allow the words to help open a door into whatever feelings or experiences that may occur within your own expansion and compression of your ideas, of your awareness. Be happy with whatever you experience. If you feel something, great, embrace it, let it go. If you feel absolutely nothing, great, embrace it, let it go. Remember, the breath is the great relaxer, the great releaser. When all else fails, return to the breath. Don't feel as if you have to be completely still during the guided meditation. If you have to shift, yawn, yawn. Scratch an itch, even if it's maybe an itch you wouldn't normally scratch in public because you're not in public. I can't see you. Other people can't see you. Go for it. You should, however, keep your eyes closed once you're asked to close them, because as an image-guided meditation, anytime you open your eyes when you're not supposed to, it'll pull you out of the meditation. You'll lose your connection to the spoken word. And you close your eyes again, it will take a while to get back into the meditation a second or a third time, or however many times you open your eyes. So just don't do that. Oneness is presented as a seated meditation. Ideally, the chair that you're sitting in should allow your feet to be grounded on the floor. But if that's not the case, might suggest finding something to put under your feet. No home would be complete without a complete works of Shakespeare, maybe both a Riverside and a Bevington edition. So that might work. If you don't have anything to put under your feet, or you just think that that's a little bit weird, then it might be another time to pause me. So you can take some moments before the meditation begins itself to really build a connection in your mind between your dangling feet and the floor. One other thing about the presentation, no music. When we did lay this onto a CD back in the late aughts, we had original music underneath of it. We don't have that music separated from the actual guided meditation. When I present this in public, I usually use something from Peter Davidson and his Adagio series. I use Adagio music for massage, so maybe you have that in your library. Otherwise, any light, sort of airy, I don't know. I really hate calling things new age, but kind of within that category in your iTunes library. That could probably work, or just have the silence. I have one last disclaimer, actually two, but I say it's one. The first part was added about 9 years ago. The second part's been in it since I wrote this meditation a couple decades ago. Our oneness meditation is about exploring how, in energy, we are connected to everything and everyone around us. It is important to note, in these turbulent times, energy has no political affiliation. Energy has no social agenda. I ask you to keep this in the back of your mind as we explore how, regardless of politics, religion, etc., we are all connected in one single web of energy. And the last little note is this meditation recognizes Pluto as a planet. I'm going to finish my mint. I'm going to drink some warm tea. Peppermint. You're the snake, by the way. Some cool tea. Little yin and yang. Oh, I also want to mention, you can, it's presented as a seated meditation. You can lie down if you want to. It might suggest a pillow for the head. And if your AC is as cranked as most are, and Atlantic northeast today with the heat dome that's over us. You might want a little blankie. So, sitting comfortably in your chair. Your knees should be slightly apart and feet either hanging comfortably in front of you or, if they are on the floor, flat on the floor and parallel. Your hands should be resting palm down on the tops of your thighs. Do not allow your shoulders to be raised by resting your elbows on the arms of your chair. And in this position, gently, naturally, and easily allow your eyes to close. Become aware of yourself, what is happening inside of you and in the space immediately surrounding you. Become aware of the energies moving within and around you, back and forth, up and down, inside and outside. Allow yourself to connect with those energies and to be connected by those energies. Now, allow your attention to extend and to become aware of those who share your life, your family, your friends, your neighbors. Allow yourself to connect with them, to become aware of the energy coming from them, to touch and to be touched by that energy. Now, become aware of the community in which you live, the town, the county, the state. Allow yourself to touch the energy of your community and allow yourself to be touched by your community's energy. Expand your awareness to include the entirety of our country, state by state, region by region. Allow yourself to feel the energy of our country and allow yourself to touch and to be touched by your community's energy. Now become aware of our planet, Earth. Allow yourself to feel the energy of the Earth, countries, continents, seas, oceans, and allow yourself to be touched by the energy of the Earth and to touch the Earth's energy. Allow your awareness to expand and embrace the whole of our solar system, the Earth, Sol, our sun, our fellow planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Allow yourself to feel the energy of our solar system. Allow yourself to touch the energy of our solar system. And allow yourself to be touched by our solar system's energy. Next, become aware of the Milky Way, our galaxy, star after star, planet after planet, solar system after solar system. Allow yourself to feel the energy of the Milky Way. Allow yourself to touch the energy of the Milky Way and to be touched by the Milky Way's energy. Feel as you allow your awareness to continue to reach outward and to include the entirety of our universe, every star, every planet, every solar system, every galaxy, every atom, every particle. Allow yourself to feel the energy of our universe. Allow yourself to touch the energy of our universe. Allow yourself to open, relax, and to breathe in the energy of our universe. Now bring your awareness slowly and easily back to the Milky Way and the parameters of our galaxy, solar system after solar system, planet after planet, star after star. Allow yourself to feel the energy of the Milky Way. Allow yourself to touch the energy of the Milky Way and allow yourself to be touched by the Milky Way's energy. Next, return your awareness to the whole of our solar system, our fellow planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Sol, our sun, the Earth. Allow yourself to feel the energy of our solar system. Allow yourself to touch the energy of our solar system. Allow yourself to be touched by our solar system's energy. Feel your awareness as it once again enters the realm of our planet, the Earth. Oceans, seas, continents, countries. Allow yourself to feel the energy of the Earth. Allow yourself to be touched by the energy of the Earth and to touch the Earth's energy. From the entirety of the earth to the entirety of our country, region by region, state by state. Allow yourself, your awareness, to feel the energy of our country. Allow yourself to touch and to be touched by our country's energy. Now become aware of the community in which you live, the state, the county, the town. Allow yourself to touch the energy of your community. Allow yourself to be touched by your community's energy. Now allow your attention to become aware of those who share your life, your neighbors, your friends, your family. Allow yourself to connect with them, to become aware of the energy coming from them, to touch and to be touched by that energy. Bring your awareness gently and easily back to yourself. Yet allow yourself to feel your connection to your family, your friends, your neighbors, your community, our country, the earth, to our solar system, our galaxy, and throughout the universe. Feel the energy flowing within and among all those things, all those places, all those living beings. Feel yourself suspended in this web of energy and connected to all its aspects. Allow yourself to embrace this energy and to be embraced by this energy. Finally, allow your mind to be calm, to quiet, to clarify. There is no more thinking, no more ideas, no more feelings. Just stillness, just silence, and only oneness, a connection, a completeness. Now, keeping your eyes closed, slowly become aware of your surroundings. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and in the next few moments, open your eyes. I apologize if you haven't opened your eyes yet and I just startled you, but I have no way of knowing how long any of you are going to keep your eyes closed. So, just a little aside. I was first introduced to image-guided meditations, and the person who created them always ended with, in a few minutes, whenever you're ready, open your eyes. And that was the original language that I used in my guided meditations. But then I found in public, some people would open their eyes immediately, and other people I'd be waiting for like 5+ minutes. So I changed it to in the next few moments. But anyway, so there you go. That's Oneness, the second image-guided meditation from Water Tiger School. So again, as I mentioned at the top of this, we'll probably pull flowing relaxation and present it again. Maybe is the next Qigong session, maybe not. By the way, we're early based on when we put out the last video. The Tai Chi video that we posted was only 2 weeks ago, but it was supposed to be 3 weeks ago. So we did our best to keep this where it should have been had the previous video happened when it was supposed to, the first few days of July. So we've attempted to do that in the past, and it's never happened, but here, we got it this time. Yay! Yes. So hopefully in 3 weeks, as we get into August, well into August actually, we'll have another Tai Chi video for you. We've got a few different things in queue. We really haven't thought that far ahead, so we'll see what it is. And hope you enjoyed this. I know it's probably a little bizarre for people, especially the talking stops and waits for 25, 30 seconds or so before it starts again. But I've always found that these guided meditations are appreciated by most, if not everyone who experiences them. There's a lot out there on the internet. Now there's one more. Well, 2 more. Well, the other one was already there, so 1 more. As always, we do ask YouTube to allow us to preview comments, not because we want to, just plug in the good ones. It's to sort of avoid one, being flamed. Yes, the angry, troll kind of comments don't get posted. The constructive criticism, yes. But it's really weeding out the unwanted commercial posts that we seek to do. And we do post a link to this on our Facebook page, Water Tiger Tai Chi. It's a little bit more free range on Facebook, but sort of the same thing. You flame us there, and you won't be on our Facebook page for very long. So, thanks for your time and attention. Hope you appreciated Oneness. It was nice to present it again. It's been a while since I've gone through the Oneness meditation. People have always asked me, you give us these guided meditations. Does that do anything for you? And it's like, yeah. I get a nice little buzz reading these words. So, thanks. Take care. You'll see us soon.